Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today, first impressions day. My first impressions of this, the Majohn P139. And for some reason, I keep calling it a P136, but it's not, it's the P139. I've just taken it out of the bag. Beautiful white colour here. Piston filling pen. The nib on here, it's a number 6 nib. I believe you can also get these with a number 8. I went for a number 6 with a Fude nib. I thought that's the first time I've had a Fude nib from Majohn, so let's give it a try. Join me now, down on the table. We'll take a look at the pen. We'll do some size comparisons, fill it with ink, a writing sample, and then I'll give you my initial thoughts on this pen. Welcome down to the table. So here we've got today's pen, the Majohn P139. Yay, I got the name right again. So this is in the white version. There's a white and there's an orange version. Certainly at time of recording. This white one, we've got black, we've got gold trim, and this beautiful white sparkly. Can you see that? The way it's sparkling, this material. Slightly translucent as well. Just keep turning that around for you. Very pretty. Let's take a walk through the body. So starting with the cap, got a slight point at the end, we're coming down, got a fairly wide end part of the cap, then we come down to this gold coloured ring, attached to that is a clip. I like the clip shape, isn't that unusual? I'm guessing it's modelled off a pen that this is cloned from or copied from. The rest of the cap is black and it seems to be tapering up. We get to a single gold coloured ring. So just follow that around. We've got a bit more of that black. Then we've got this wider ring at the bottom of the cap with a little bit of nice fancy engraving on it. At the back here, we can see the word Moonman. So although it's a Majohn pen, they're still using the old branding of Moonman. From the cap, there's a teeny bit of a drop off down to the body. The body, very nice, feels nice. It feels like it's tapering out till it gets to about here. Then we start to taper in. We then go back to the black material. We've got the gold ring, or gold coloured ring. Then we've got the piston knob, because this is a piston filling pen. So I'm doing that. I'm likely to just use this because I think if I start using this lower part, I'll end up getting mucky fingerprints all over that nice gold ring. So let's move that back up. The cap, it comes off in half. 1, 1.5, 2, about 2 and between a quarter and a half turns. So then we've got a black section, quite a wide looking section. The top of the section, we've got our ink window. That looks just about a usable size for me. Then below that, on this particular model, we've got a number 6 nib. And this one, it's a Fude nib. That's the reason I bought it. I've just thought it's a slightly different nib. Most of the nibs I've got from Majohn are usually fine. I've got 1 or 2 mediums. There was an option for a number 8 nib, but I wanted this Fude. I thought, yeah, that's something a bit different. I've got a few number 8 nibs now. And maybe at a later time I can get the orange one with a number 8 if I want to try that one out. It does look quite a chunky pen, doesn't it? The nib. Wow, I do actually like the look of the nib on this. So it's a 2-tone nib. It's a steel nib. We've got a gold border, or gold coloured border. Then we come back to that steel colour. We've got the Moonman logo. And then below that, we've got some writing. I'm just going to pick this up because I can't read the writing. Okay, looking at that, the writing is manual grinding. I know, my old man eyes. I struggle to see some of these nibs sometimes. Let's pop the cap back on. And we'll do some size comparisons. My size comparisons, Planet Metropolitan, Lamy Safari. They're my standards. This pen looks so chunky next to them. It makes the Metropolitan look quite thin, doesn't it? Lengthwise, the Majohn just slightly shorter than both the Safari and the Metropolitan. Let's take the caps off. With the caps on, just look at the section on this Majohn. Doesn't it look really wide? It looks really comfortable. I'll know in a minute when I start to use it. Again, though, we're shorter than the other two. So that may mean I need to post this. Let's see how it goes. So in my hand, I might get away unposted. Just feels just a little bit too short. Could do with maybe an extra 5mm just to give that a little bit extra length. If I post it, yes, it does post. Feels very back heavy. It feels as if it's going to fall out my hand. And where it's posting, it's actually posting onto the piston mechanism. So if you do post it, you'll have to be careful that you don't accidentally twist it and end up throwing ink all over the place. Let's swap over and put some ink into the pen. So today's ink, I thought I'm going to throw everything at this one. So I thought let's put in Diamine All the Best. And I believe this is both sheening and shimmer. Got beautiful purple shimmer though. I'd be interested more with the shimmer part how the Fude nib handles it. Just going to start agitating this. Whilst I'm agitating that, let's move that out of the way. Fetch my ink block, because what I'm going to do is use my ink miser. There's no way that section will fit into this bottle, so we'll use the ink miser to fill it. All right, so it looks like we've got all that beautiful shimmer there into suspension. Let's pop in the ink with the pen. There we go. That's all the way down. And this is where I try to show you it filling, but it's very difficult to do. So let's just go ahead, draw this ink up, push it back down again, and then draw it up for the second time. So I'll just wipe this off. So there in the ink window we can see we've got ink in that pen now. Let's get this out of the way and fetch in the notepad of testing. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Here we've got the notepad of testing. This is an A5 black and red notebook with Oxford optic paper. 90 GSM, nice fountain pen friendly. So let's turn it on the side. We'll fetch in the pen. So we've got, how well does it write? Let's see. A Majohn P139. Again, I've got the name right, and it's a Fude nib. The price for this pen, 77 Aussie dollars. That's from AliExpress. The ink by Diamine, and it's all the best. Drying time, so we go immediate. Wow, it looks quite wet, doesn't it? 10 seconds. 30 seconds. I've got ink going all over today. 1 minute. Still wet there after a minute. 2 minutes. Wow, we're still getting some smudge in there after 2 minutes. Really wet combo. Let's see if there's any line variation. So, here's no pressure. Here's adding some pressure. So yeah, we've got a little bit of softness to this nib. It's a Fude nib, so let's try that. And go like this. So you can see we're getting a wider nib just depending on the size. And I know not an actual position. What's it like going across? Wow, got a nice line there. Going across when I'm stood higher. Yeah, that looks really nice. Going to write a sentence. Let's move the mic. scribble test. And then I'm just going to do a quick Westy squirrel grid. I've started doing these in a lot of my videos and find them really quite good to do. So going up and down. So taking quite a few strokes there to fill this in. Side to side. Filling in an awful lot faster. Then my grid. And then diagonals. Really nice. So what are my thoughts on this pen? Well, as the ink's drying, let's take a closer look. Up at the top here where we've got Majohn P139, where it's really nice and dry, beautiful. We've got this dark purpley crimsony colour. That's the base colour. Then on top of that we've got this beautiful gold shimmer. I'm not seeing much in the first couple of lines of the... Sorry, we've got beautiful gold sheen. I don't know. I'm not talking well today. Not seeing much though of the shimmer, but as we come down here where I was doing the line variation, got loads of that purple coming through, and on my sentence as well. So we've got the purple of the shimmer, we've got the gold there of the sheen, and the background colour all working together to give you such a really interesting look. And even here down on the Westy squirrel grid, as this one's starting to dry here, you can really see that purple coming down near the bottom. Very nice. So it puts down a very nice line. I love the line this is putting down, really wide. It's not quite as wide as a stub, but it's getting close to that. I love the natural line variation that I'm seeing, and depending how I change my angle of attack with the pen, we get different lines as well, so be easy to make some really interesting writing. It is very wet. I'm guessing that's a combination of the nib and the ink. Obviously I'll need to try different inks in here as well, but beautiful. I really like the way this is writing. You know, if I just write there, and let's go really over here, you know, writes very nicely. Fairly smooth, there's not a lot of catchiness on the paper. Really enjoying it. So yeah, really pleased with that. So they're my first impressions of the Majohn P139 with Diamine All the Best. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Have you got one of these? How do you like the look of it? Is it a pen you'd like to have? There's also an orange version, but I wasn't overly excited by that. But this beautiful white one. Love the sparkle that we're getting there in that material. Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart that conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.